Bill stateside and abroad. In your name we pray.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Bailey,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Baden,
Here.
Councilmember Bourne,
Here.
Councilmember Hoyer,
Here.
Councilmember Tice.
Here.
Thank you, ma'am. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting. First item will be item 4, will be the approval of the minutes of the January 6, 2020 regular city council meeting.
Make a motion, we approve the city council minutes of the meeting on January the 6th, 2020.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the minutes as written for January 6, 2020 regular city council meeting. Are there any questions or comments over that? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer. Aye. Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of the minutes as written for January 6, 2020 for the regular city council meeting. Any citizen comments or reports? Item 6A will be the annual review of the beer and wine permits for on-premise consumption and consider renewal of the permits for 2020. Did you want this?
Mayor, I did talk to the marshal, and I thought he would be here, but the marshal said that they had no issue with anyone. We have Baytown Seafood, Calicious Italian Village, Columbus Club of Groves, Larry's French Market, and Tony's Barbecue. There were no violations or concerns in 2019.
We don't need a motion.
Yes, you do.
Oh, we didn't do a motion. We'll need a motion.
Mayor, move we approve the wine permits for the following businesses.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the beer and wine permits for Baytown Seafood, Calicious Italian Village, Columbus Club of Grove, Larry's French Market, and Tony's Barbecue. Any other questions?
Were there any other applications during the year?
No, sir. These are about the same 5 we had year in and year out.
I think Ann used to have it, didn't they?
For a while, but
Right when it first did it, right when we first did it, they were there for about 3 or 4 years. That's been it, same 5 people.
Okay. Any other questions? Mayor vote aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer. Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of the 5 beer and wine permits. Item 6B will consider canceling the regularly scheduled city council meeting of February 17, 2020 due to the observance of President's Day.
Mayor, move we cancel the February 17th, 2020 meeting.
Second.
Second.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second for the canceling of the regular scheduled city council meeting for February 17th, 2020. Any questions or comments? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne.
Aye.
Councilmember Hoyer. Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of canceling the regular city council meeting February 17th, 2020. Item 6C, we consider approval of an aerial waiver authorizing the Jefferson County Mosquito District to fly at low altitudes as required for the application of pesticides for the control of mosquitoes within the Groves city limits.
Mayor, I move that we approve the area waiver for authorizing Jefferson County Mosquito District to fly at low altitudes.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the approval of the aerial waiver for Jefferson County. Are there any questions or comments over that?
This may not pertain, but who pays for it when they fly?
Your county taxes.
County.
County.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions?
Matter of fact, the head of that, Lizzie Groves,
Sexton?
Mr. Sexton.
Mr. Sosa, he recently,
Oh, he recently to my bad, okay, I don't know.
Kevin?
I don't know who's in charge now.
Kevin.
retired?
Any other questions? Mayor votes aye. Mayor Pro Tem Baden.
Aye.
Councilmember Bourne. Councilmember Hyde. Councilmember Tice.
Aye.
For the approval of the aerial waiver for the Jefferson County mosquito district to fly at low altitudes. Item 6D will be discuss the operation of food trucks within the Rose City limits.
Mayor and Council, this is an item that we put on the agenda from the last time we met to, I guess, basically kind of gauge the council's temperature as the situation with food trucks. Nederland just recently passed an ordinance, and I sent you that copy of that ordinance. And they never had an ordinance before, and right now, we do not have an ordinance. We basically have a policy where they have to be on private property. They have to have permission of the property owner. They have to have their permit from the county, that they have a cleanliness permit, and they really do need to pay a sales tax. But other than that, we don't have a whole lot that regulates food vendors or food trucks.
My, Mayor, may I report? My main reason for bringing this up is I've had numerous people ask me, since they've been popping up here and there and whatever. And being a former business owner, I know this is a cheap alternative to food in our town, where a brick and mortar is paying, as you know, taxes, insurance, rent. There's overhead to operate this business, to put together good food at a fair price. And of course, these people have an advantage because they don't have the overhead. I'm wanting to protect our people who sell food. The food people have contacted me, and numerous citizens don't like it. It's not wholesome looking to a lot of people. And I wanted for us to discuss it. In my opinion, I think we ought to have restrictions similar to Nederland.
Does Port Arthur have
I don't know, Mayor. I didn't.
one? Because, you know, they've always had in front of DeJean's Automotive, there's always seems to be.
Gulfport Drive has approximately 10.
There's really not one.
As long as they get the permits, and of course, Gulfport also has a health inspector,
Right.
so that they monitor that by doing their monthly checks,
Yes.
like they do in the other restaurants and stuff.
One of the items I saw in Nederland was that if they did not have a brick and mortar business, they required them to have a brick and mortar home inside the city limits. That was one of the things.
I don't
So if you
know
had a
that's
home that qualified
enforceable.
you to get the permit to have the.
Is that enforceable?
Is,
Yeah. If you could draft one up. you
So
know.
basically, to apply for a food truck permit, you either had to have a business or you had to have a home. You had to live there. But then there were still restrictions on how many days you can operate.
No more than,
3 days in a month?
no more than 2 or 3 days at a time, and no more than 5 or 10 days a year, I think.
Well, I'll read it for you. Mobile vendors as a nonprofit club or organization are allowed to sell merchandise and or food and drink only in commercial or industrial districts in the city of Nederland for no more than 14 consecutive days and no more than 30 days per year. The above listed regulations do not apply to this category, excluding the parking space requirements. No permit fee shall be charged.
So it has to be